because of the world that's spinning around, we just have forgotten to see the little details that we have, and we walk by nature and sometimes we just forget to see little details, and it's just about sharing what my eyes see and what I sense, and it's more about us to wake up to the beauty that we are surrounded by. I am very sensitive, and when I go to places, I like to make it smell nice. For me, it's more also creating that peaceful space for our souls to come and to be in a place where we can see. And so that's why I create these. And all of these, mostly, it's what we have at home. I mean, I brought the treasures that, like those pine cones, my husband, told our friends in Washington to pick up those cones, and mostly, really, it's like gifts from friends. Like they know that I like to collect things, from nature, and those are little things that they are at home. I have it at home like that. So it's nothing different. Just it is what it is. Community for me is unity. And for me to go to these places and to find that peaceful heart, I wouldn't be able to do it without a safety community. I went through a very rocky time in my life where so many emotions went, and I was talking with this friend, Elena. She has been my pioneer since 20 years ago, and we were talking about how we who are too connected with nature, sometimes we get lost in the world because we see different things, we just sensed in different way. And she was telling me about the experience that she was having working in her work, and she told me one day, it's like they come over, they ask me, and but they don't see me. They don't see me. And I said, they don't see us, they don't see us. And then, of course, after I talked with her, Can You See Me came along. So that's how Can You See Me. But at the end, when I wrote this, it was, can you see me? Can you see you? Can you see us? So it's more about us, all of us, all our human being, our mind, our soul, our body. Can we see us, or are we just looking outside? And that's why one of the quotes outside said, how can I find peace without if I haven't found it in my own heart? So it was an aha moment, So it's a photo, a quote, and a poem. That's how the things arrive. So for me, to put in the presentation like this is to let know the community, what do I do when I am walking outside, It's like, I like that, So I write a quote and then the poem just arrives. So that's mostly how things arrived, and It was very challenging for me to create this exposition, because as human beings, my heart is dwelling and sorrowing, and I cannot tell people that I am perfect when I am not. And this was a challenging exposition because I am not in my 100% human being peaceful that, that mostly, but I just think that the trust of Kathleen, the trust of my husband, the trust of the community even though my human being is taking steps, forward to heal, like we are all healing, for me it was very important to create these, to share with our community, to say, hey, we're not perfect, we're human beings, and this is how I am healing. This is how I can express my words, because normally I cannot talk with a lot of people. I mean, I cannot express it, So I have to write it in poems. So when someone asks me something, it's like, hold on a second, I have a poem for you, So that's how everything comes. We all go through darkness in many stages in our life. And sometimes darkness can take everything apart, everything, a family, our human being, our dwelling, our sorrows. So for me, darkness is fear and light is love. So if we can combine darkness with light and putting it together, it's like putting our mind and our heart together, knowing and accepting that darkness will be there. But if we always look to light, and if we always persevere, and if we always are good, things come along. Nothing wrong can come from good. If we just do good things, if we act with respect, if we just are good with our thoughts, with our actions. But how can I talk about that if I am not myself doing that? I know and I understand it, but at the same time, it's like I'm moving forward. I'm doing the best I can. And one of my poems, it's mostly, maybe it's here, but one of my poems said, and if I can't today, I try and I will try and I will try again. And tomorrow I will wake up and I will try and I will try to bring my light, to fight that fundamental darkness, because we are not here to harm. We are just here to see the colors of the rainbows shine again, and we cannot do that if we are far apart. Fly free, just fly. I wrote it like maybe in two or 3 days, but it took me a long time to put it together. So I will say that's my inner evolution of my heart. And yeah, those are poems to heal. It really healed my soul a lot and just make me come back. And I hope whoever reads it gives a little bit of peace, the one that gave me in my heart. Yes. That was in COVID. That was during COVID. So my husband, of course, we were in the rock of love. So, that COVID didn't hit us that hard here in the beginning. So that year, my husband and I, we got married. But we were just very used to for our own selves. Like we were just in our home. He was doing yoga at that moment, and I just started writing. He was doing his yoga, he was doing carpenter. We were just into ourselves. It was our love. I was just telling him, I cannot write, and he will always be, you can write, you can do it, you can make it, And I am so thankful for that because he gave me the serenity to write, and then to just go to, like that paint, he pointed at me, the Robin. And so between him and I, even though if he's not the photographer or the writer, I can tell you that without his peacefulness and his light, I wouldn't have my own light expanded, because I truly believe that if we surrounded by love, we just shine love. This wouldn't be possible without the trust of the Arts Gallery Council, because I came here in a vulnerable time of my life, where I was like, well, I don't have anything, just my writings, and the photography. And Kathleen believed in me. She believed in me, and she gave me her space, the space of the community to express this. So I am thankful. That's the only thing I can say. And sometimes I'm a little bit afraid to express it, especially in this time. One day I told my husband, but who is going to read my poems? Nobody, what I'm going to do with this, And he said, Ellie, if your sentence or one poem helps someone in their heart, just one person, that will be enough. So love is love, and unity is what makes us all be who we are. And I know that the world is right now spinning around in so much dwelling and sorrows. But what we can do right now is just to be happy first in our own home, in our own heart. And then we can expand that happiness outside. That's it. Thank you.